We are starting live. Hey, how are you today? This is Vince Prezioso, CEO and co-founder of TownMembers.com, where your health is your wealth and your time is your currency. We give you helpful insights that keep you on track toward your goals, and we also provide you with a health app that will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the course of a year. What I want to talk to you today about is the subconscious mind and using your subconscious mind to your advantage. Now, the majority of our actions are determined by our subconscious mind, okay? And this is a lot of this we're not even aware of. They're the beliefs under the beliefs that are really controlling everything we do, everything we say, everything we think, the choices that we make. So how do we get to the core of that? Here's one little technique I learned that can actually be helpful in influencing our subconscious mind. So there's a program I studied a while ago by a gentleman named Jim Fannin. It was called the 90-second rule. Really cool program. So what Jim Fannin talks about is, he talks about these 90-second intervals. This is like the premise of what he says. So these 90-second intervals that give you the opportunity to reboot your mind during the day. So you'll take these intervals, for example. So it's like if you have a computer or a hard drive, your computer's, there's too much data, so you need to reboot your computer. So basically the 90-second rule, you're rebooting your mind. So it's closing the eyes for 90 seconds, really seeing black, not seeing anything, and allowing the mind to just really empty and just reboot. So I won't do the whole 90 seconds here, but just that's really the premise of what he's teaching, to do that. Okay, so with that said, within the context of that program, there was something else he spoke about, which is really, really crucial, which really stuck with me, and I've used throughout the past several years to really support me with what I'm doing on a daily basis. He talked about the day, and for 23 and a half hours during the day, everything we experience plays over and over in our subconscious mind 1 to 2 times while we sleep. So we live the entire day, we go to sleep at night, and everything we experience during that day plays over 1 to 2 times before we go to sleep. 1 to 2 times while we're sleeping. But the last half hour before we go to sleep, the last 30 minutes before we go to bed, whatever we experience plays in our subconscious mind 15 to 17 times while we're sleeping. So think about that. Think of the power of that. So everything we experience during the day, right, for whatever, 10, 15, 16, 18 hours or so, is going to play in our subconscious mind 1 to 2 times while we're sleeping. But everything we experience in the last 30 minutes before we go to bed is going to play 15 to 17 times over in our subconscious mind while we're sleeping. So what does that say? So the first thing that tells me is that time is precious, number one. Don't ingest any news, any politics, any war, any violence, any horror movies, any negativity. Okay, any negativity that last half hour before bedtime, absolutely. The TV should be off, the phone should be gone. Okay, so that's the not do. So what's the do? Okay, so in those last 30 minutes, right, to take advantage of those minutes, actually influence our own subconscious mind. Take material that's actually helpful and plant it in the mind. So read something positive. It's a great time to meditate, great time to visualize, great time to journal. A lot of these techniques that we talked about that would be supportive in the morning, same thing, that can be used right before bedtime. So planting those seeds in the mind at night, the last 30 minutes up until going to sleep. So once again, reading, journaling, positivity, great time to visualize. A lot of times what I'll do, I'll sit in a chair by my bed, I'll visualize for that last 10 minutes or so with the lights off, literally go from that visualization right to bed. And then I notice when I wake up in the morning, I'm already in that state of, that goal-minded, vision state of seeing what I saw when I went to bed. And for example, I've been on the other side of the spectrum where, I watched a horror movie or the news before going to sleep, and then I wake up in the morning, I didn't sleep as good, I wake up in the morning edgy and I don't feel as good. That's because that's playing over and over in the mind, for the entire time. So it's a really cool, subtle technique to allow the mind to really work for us while we're sleeping in support of our vision. So that last 30 minutes before bedtime, treating them like they're precious. I would suggest the phone actually no screens is what's really recommended before bedtime. No computers, no phones, television. If reading something, something that's uplifting, something that's positive, something that's forwarding. Like I said, avoiding the war, the politics, the anything violent, horror, stuff like that. That's going to not really, you don't want that stuff. You wouldn't want playing in someone you cared about's mind while they're sleeping. So you usually talk about someone you care about. It's has more of an influence on us. But using those minutes, those last 30 minutes, as something that's really sacred to support you and create the next day, and then you get up and jump to the morning routine and keep that momentum going. So that's really the advice for today. I wanted to put that out there. That last 30 minutes, using the subconscious mind to work for you, using that time preciously, going to sleep in a great state, letting that play over and over, waking up and taking on the day. Well, thank you, as always, for joining me today. This is Vince Prezioso, CEO and co-founder of townmembers.com, where your health is your wealth and your time is your currency. We provide you with helpful insights to keep you on track for your goals. We also have an amazing healthcare app that will save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in time and money over the course of a year. Thank you for joining us. Like us, share us, comment. Always great to keep in touch. And share us as well if you found value in this. And we'll talk to you soon. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.